talking about terms of use. So terms of use exist at a couple of different levels. Firstly, there's the default terms of use. Now, the default terms of use are set up centrally. You can set them up in the setup area within Marketplace, and they are going to relate to every single data collection that you have in the Marketplace, so automatically applied. These are usually something very generic. It's just saying, as standard, all data that's shared should be treated in this way. It's not anything specific to the type of data that's being used. However, we also have specific terms of use which are can be of different types. So if you're creating a specific term of use, which can then be related still to multiple collections, but not automatically to all of them, you could, for example, set up a terms of use of restricted type for special category data. Now, special category data is a kind of construct under GDPR, which is saying it's particularly sensitive and so should be treated with extra caution. So that would just be linked to any data collections which contain that kind of data within them. And therefore, they're probably going to have restricted access. An example in this diagram is data collection 1. Now, in my second data collection, I've given an example of data that's really broadly available. It's going to be available to everyone in the organization. So it's given terms of use with a type of accessible, and the name of that terms of use is internally available data. This will also have a description with it to kind of explain that in a bit more detail, but basically just saying that that's going to be anyone in the organization will be able to access it with ease. So there's probably not going to be any real restrictions or approvals required. The third data collection is an example of where I've linked not just to the default, as we all have to link to the default automatically, but to two different individual terms of use. So I've said this data does have personal data in it, so it's controlled. It's that middle type of controlled access. There might be some restrictions to think about, but actually it's also linked to an accessible term of use, which says that it's CDAM masked. So CDAM is Cloud Data Access Management, another Informatica product, which is on IDMC. And what this is saying is that even though this data collection does have personal data in it, you can choose to order it via a controlled route where data will be masked as appropriate for the user. So they won't get any data that they shouldn't. Potentially fields will be dropped or hidden, or particular rows will be dropped or hidden. And that means that they should be actually able to get access to the data relatively easily. The approval process doesn't need to be extra long because we know that the data is going to be controlled on delivery. So those are three examples of different terms of use and how you could use them in the Marketplace.